Hey, how's everybody doing today? Coming at you with some more ramblings of a short, fat, bald guy. Uh, this will probably be another unpopular post with my conservative friends. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about yesterday's halftime show and whatever else happens to pop up. Um, Got to be honest, um, hip hop and rap is not my favorite type of music. Um, However, I do like Eminem. So, to me, the halftime show was okay. I liked Eminem's performance. Um, I thought he did a very good job. And, it was live, didn't appear to be lip synced, which it looked like all of them were actually live. Not necessarily a Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre fan or 50 Cent or whatever you want to say. But overall, it was okay. Um, I've seen lots of posts, a lot of people my age and older that just thought it was atrocious. Um, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we weren't raised on rap music or hip hop. That isn't our thing. We had rock and roll and pop music and things like that, or country. Um, I will tell you, uh, based on my current occupation, which is driving a bus, a party bus, basically. Um, I get to hear all kinds of music, and obviously, rap and hip hop is played quite frequently on the bus. So you adapt to it if you hear it more. Um, the fact that a lot of my friends don't like it, do I feel that makes them racist? Absolutely not. They don't care for it. That's fine. I'm not a big country music fan, but here I sit wearing, I believe it's a Brooks and Dunn t-shirt, concert t-shirt, because I did go to a concert this year for Brooks and Dunn. Um, so, I think it's just a matter of what people like and what they don't. I listen to a very eclectic assortment of music. I have classical, I have pop, I have rock, I have jazz, I have some Eminem, which is rap, Rihanna, things like that. I don't have a lot of country music. I'm not a country music fan when it comes right down to it. Not a rap or hip hop fan. My favorite honestly is rock and roll. It's just the way it is. But I'll listen to about anything as long as it's not assaulting my ears. Now, that being said, I'm over 30% deaf. So, if I don't have my hearing aids in, which I don't, most of the time if I'm home by myself or if I'm obviously at a concert, I'm not wearing hearing aids. I may not be hearing everything that everyone else hears. So, anyway, my take on the halftime show was it's okay. It wasn't, in my opinion, one of the best that we've seen. It wasn't one of the worst. I think last year's was worse. I believe it was The Weeknd is who performed last year, and as I recall, it was horrible. Um, Black Eyed Peas a few years back. I'm not sure how long ago that was. Black Eyed Peas did okay, and then Fergie tried to sing "Sweet Child of Mine" with Slash. And while I like Fergie and Black Eyed Peas, she doesn't compare to Axl Rose singing "Sweet Child of Mine." That's just the way it is, in my opinion. Maybe some people liked her rendition. I don't know. I recall I didn't really care for it. Um, anyway, next year we'll see who they got. I mean, it is what it is. On other things, what do we want to talk about? The Ukraine. Obviously, things are still a mess over there. I have no clue what's going to happen. I've seen some interviews with Putin, seen with some interviews with Biden, about, Putin saying that, he doesn't want NATO in his backyard. It sounds to me the way that we could end this whole issue is to say that we are not going to admit Ukraine as part of NATO. The thing I will tell you is that Ukraine doesn't meet the criteria at this point to even become a part of NATO. So it's a non issue. Putin's concern is in the future, obviously. NATO, NATO bases in Ukraine are a problem for him, just like they're a problem that they're in Poland and things like that. I would hope that we can come to an agreement of some type between NATO allies, the U.S., and Russia. I was a little disheartened with Putin stating that, the difference between him and a lot of countries is he has nuclear power and he's not afraid to use it. I'm not talking nuclear power like nuclear power plants, obviously. I would assume that he's saber rattling, so to speak. The Ukraine certainly doesn't seem like a great reason to start World War III, especially if it's going to be nuclear, which none of us want. I've heard, people blame Biden, people saying that if, Donald Trump was president, this wouldn't be happening. I disagree, but obviously there's no way to even prove that at this point. Is Biden what I consider a strong leader? No. But ultimately, I wouldn't consider Donald Trump a strong leader either. Donald Trump was a bully, and Putin's a bully. So, you got two swinging dicks if you've got Trump and Putin at each other, trying to prove who's got the bigger male member, and it's just ridiculous. With Biden, he's not like that. I don't know what can be done, though, to stop this other than to give in to Russia and say, fine, we will not admit Ukraine into NATO. I'm just going to say that we make, we make treaties all the time, and then we can break those treaties. The Paris Accord comes to mind. We remember the Paris Climate Agreement. Donald Trump took us out of the Paris Climate Agreement. Oh, my God. He took us out. And, of course, the environmentalists went apeshit. Biden got reelected. We rejoined the Paris Climate Accord. So, very simple as far as I'm concerned to tell Putin, okay, fine. We won't make Ukraine part of the NATO alliance. And 10 years from now, if Putin's no longer in power and we want to make NATO part of the alliance, we go to whoever the leader is at the time and say, hey, look, we'd really like to make them a part of the NATO alliance. And we start negotiating from there. I'm sorry, I'm not a senior statesman, and I know some of my conservative friends are going to say, well, that's wrong, we shouldn't do it, whatever. I'm trying to avert war. None of us want to go to war, so that's the way it is. That's all I really got for today. I hope everybody's staying healthy and staying safe. Maybe we're coming to the end of this COVID crap, I hope. We'll just have to wait and see. Everybody stay cool. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Ramblings of a Short Fat Bald Guy. See ya.